Hey, what's up, dudes? Welcome to the channel. I'm just some guy, and it's a really nice day outside. It's like, I don't know, like high 60s, but the wind's been really crazy today. And it's just it's a really nice day outside. Hey, look, I'm not wearing my hoodie. I washed a bunch of clothes over the weekend. So now I got clean clothes. Um, So I decided I would, let you guys I'd show you guys that I'm not wearing the same hoodie that I've worn for the last like, almost all of my videos. But anyways, um, I was just so it's probably like 4 o'clock right now, um, and I was just scrolling through some internet. I'm out here letting the dog out and stuff like that, and seeing all these people, right, that are freaking out, man. They are just freaking out. Like, they're talking about how they got to, like, go home early because of election stress, how they're going to take a mental health day tomorrow, regardless of who wins. Because, if Kamala wins, then they've got a girl boss and celebrate. And if Trump wins, they've got to prepare for the Handmaid's Tale and all this other stuff. And it's like, dude, it's so crazy how over the top people have made elections. I was talking to somebody the other day and I was like, man, like 20 years ago, right? Because I mean, this all started realistically, like with Trump's first time in office. But like 20 years ago, bro, I couldn't even. Who was president? Was it Obama? It's probably Obama or Clinton. But like nobody cared. Quite literally, no one really cared all that much. If your guy won, cool. If your guy lost, as whatever, it's just another day. It really didn't matter, because for the most part, everybody you had you had like your fringe weirdos, right? But like everybody was kind of center, and then you had like center right and center left. And anymore, it's so insane to me, like how over the top people are. And it's, obviously rhetoric from both sides, right? And if you come in my comment section and you're like, blah blah blah, this person sucks or you suck, I just quite literally don't care. But like, the people, anytime somebody's like, oh, these people want me dead. Nope, nobody wants you dead. Nobody cares about you, much like your family. Nobody even thinks about you on a daily basis. Like, I think that the thing is, right, obviously social media, right? Like, because we didn't really have super access to social media. And even social media, like, when it first came around, was a very, like, niche thing. It wasn't nearly as popular as it is now, right? And so you see just the absolute worst. It's like, I told Ricky today, I'm like, if Donald Trump wins, I'm like, get ready to, put on your Handmaid's Tale dress and get your state sanctioned sex, and then you just got to hold that baby forever because that's the rhetoric that's being pushed. And then if you're on the left hand side, it's like if Kamala wins, they're just going to come, dig my grandpa up out of the grave and then just make him trans. And it's like, the thing is like most of the time, nothing ever happens. Like, yeah, some shit sucks, inflation goes up. Maybe like the weirdos on the left are a little bit more emboldened. On the right hand side, like the weirdos on the right hand side are a little bit more emboldened if their guy wins. But like at the end of the day, like nothing really happens, and the president's just a puppet figurehead, anyways. Um, so it sucks either way. But like the fact that people are giving themselves such anxiety over this is just so astronomically fucking stupid. It's like they literally just sit there and froth themselves into a frenzy on both sides. and just getting mad at shit that doesn't happen and doesn't exist. Like, you'll have people to be like, oh, but Project 2025. Yeah, none of that's going to happen. There's guardrails. There's governmental guardrails. And it's like, oh, well, if the left, they're going to trans the kids. And it's like, well, then, just, I don't know, maybe raise your kids. Like, raise your kids better. I don't know. Like, it's just so stupid. It's so stupid on both sides, um, and I hate it. And it's just so dumb that people are so terminally online that they are getting just stressed out to the point where they literally have to take days off of work because of something that's probably not really going to affect them. Like, all it's going to affect is who gets to whine for the next 4 years. You know what I mean? It's like if Trump wins, then lefties will cry for 4 years about how they're literally being genocided in the streets. And if Kamala wins, one, her voice is super grating, so that will be kind of annoying for 4 years. And oh, I'm in a middle class family, but like nothing's really gonna change. I mean, they'll probably send more billions of dollars to Israel and Palestine, and the wars will keep going, and inflation will go up and stuff like that. But that'll probably happen with both sides, so who cares? It's like, does it really impact your day to day enough to the point where you have to literally take days off of work? Like, that's insane. I think the employers should just not approve that time off. That's what I think. And that is also, I was reading an article just the other day about how like Gen Z and like Zoomers and stuff like that are just getting fired like super fast once they join the workforce because like they have like melties at work, and like they just can't handle like real stress, and they're like, oh, I need a 4 hour work day and I can only work from home, and I can only work, if my air conditioning has like the right temperature and there's a right humidity in my air, and then they just get fired. Which good. Yeah, that's good. Just yeah. Like, we need to. I just wish that we could go back to normal, but I don't think that we can. I think that social media has brain rotted so many people that will never go back to normal. Now, you might be like, oh, well, what do you consider normal? I consider normal when everybody, regardless of political spectrum or gender ideology or whatever, just didn't talk about it. Like, the thing is, most people don't care if you're gay. They don't care if you're trans. They don't care, like what you do in your bedroom. Like, they just don't want to hear about it. Like, I don't want to hear about it. I don't care. Like, you don't care that I'm straight. I don't care that you're gay. Let's just go about our day. Like, I don't need to, it doesn't need to be seen everywhere. It doesn't need to be talked about everywhere. Like, can we just go back to like just normalcy? And if anybody's like, oh, well, but we didn't have this back in the, like, we didn't have representation, I mean, dude, it's so stupid. It's over representation. It's like we see so much of it that doesn't actually account for, the actual amount, the percentage worldwide, or even, locally, to the United States, like what it is. And it's just so dumb. Like, I just want to go back to when people like had more important shit to worry about. Like, just, yeah. And it sucks too, because it's like a lot of this politics, DEI, uh, gender, ideology stuff, it is encroaching on people's hobbies. I've seen a lot of complaints and stuff like that about Dragon Age Veilguard and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, you just don't like it because it's got representation and black people and stuff like that." And it's like, games and video and media have had this for a long time. And sure, did you have some people complain about it? Yeah, I'm sure some people complained about Ridley and Aliens. I'm sure nobody complained about original Lara Croft at all. There was one thing that I saw where somebody tried to say that people were mad because Samus from Metroid, the original Metroid, apparently they tried to claim there was some controversy when Samus first came out, that Samus was trans, and there was a controversy around that because you found out that the faster you beat the game, obviously if you beat the game within a certain amount of time, Samus took off her armor, and you found out that it was a chick. And I don't ever remember being mad about that. I was just like, oh wait, hold on, Samus is a chick. That's cool, And I played and beat that game back then, and I don't think that anybody cared. You want to know why? Because we didn't have social media to be like, oh my god, Samus was a girl all along, but then people would just be gooning to it anyways. So, it really doesn't matter. But like the thing is like at no point when I was playing games did I ever have to play as like a black person or a woman or anything like that and go, man, I just don't feel represented here. I don't feel like this is good. As long as the story was good, like I don't really care. Just tell your story, right? Like I don't have to have a game where I am play as a fat white bearded dude. Like, otherwise I would just play Roadhog from Overwatch and I'd be like, oh, I'm a representation. But like the problem now, oh, and then other people will be like, oh, but there's politics in all kinds of games. Politics, blah, blah, blah. You can't get away from politics. There's a difference between like in world politics and real world politics. Like, if you have, oh, two rival countries are fighting each other, or even, oh, in Final Fantasy, Cloud and them are like taking down the capitalist, oligarchy or whatever, like that's fine. But when you have to like come into like a medieval setting and be like, I didn't know who I was until I picked up the mirror and realized that I was trans. It's like you're taking a real world thing that doesn't exist in that fantasy setting, also a setting with magic and shit. So like if you just were like, oh, I think I want to be a girl, you could just magic your ass into a girl. Like, just do it. Like, boom, now you're a girl. Cool. But it's like the writing's so fucking bad. It's so ham fisted. Like, I think that's the biggest problem is when it's like, when it's ham fisted in your face, like, it becomes the focal point. Because, like, shit. What other games? I mean, I played a lot of the Dragon Ages, and if a character was gay, I'd be like, all right, well, that's cool. That character's gay. Like, I'm not gonna romance them unless there's like really good perks, in which case I will romance them because I don't care, man. Min max. If I got a S a D for some perk points, bro, I'm a hit him with that Hawk Tua, right? Like, cause I gotta min max my character. Like, I don't give a fuck. But like when it just becomes the focal point of the game, it stops being about the game and it starts being about the gender identity or the orange man bad or something along those lines. And you play games and you go online to like escape reality, right? And you just can't do that anymore. And this whole video started off as me talking about how taking a mental health day for an election is stupid, and then turned into me complaining about woke games, and it, I don't even really like the word woke, right? Like, I just wish they would stop making bad games. Just stop making bad games. Focus on games and stop focusing on real world. Real world sucks enough. Like, I don't want to escape into a game or a story or the internet and have to deal with real life stuff. Like, there's enough of that on a regular basis. If I wanted that, I go outside. People be like, "Oh, have you never seen or touched a real woman?" Dog, if I wanted to see ugly women in my video games, I just go to Walmart, right? You know, nobody wants to see ugly people. I don't want to see ugly people. That's why I don't look in the mirror. All the mirrors in my house, I'm like a vampire. They're all broken. That's not true at all, but you would think so with the way I look sometimes. But anyways, rant off. I'll probably get demonetized from YouTube for talking about this. But anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, have fun. Hopefully you're not taking tomorrow off. You know what? Actually, fuck it, dude. Take a day off. Yeah, tell them you got election stress or something. They can't do anything about it because you'll just call HR. Yeah, just take a day off. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.